Hey, what's going on, you guys? Final Boss here, and I'll tell you what. I just found out a way to easily counter Elite Barbarians. I think everybody knows this already, but nobody's using it or doing it. And practically every deck that I'm playing here recently has got Elite Barbarians in it. So this was kind of the progressions of the evening. Haven't been pushing or try harding right now. But I was playing the 2.6 deck, the quick cycle hog deck. I absolutely love it. It's just super great. But you know, it's got some flaws, just like every deck does. And I dropped one here. I made a mistake, and you know, I was just like, okay, whatever. And then I made another mistake back to back. So I'm like, okay, you know, and then I was like, let me go on ahead and modify my freeze deck that I was using with Elite Barbarians. Because I could have been using this deck but using freeze instead of the cannon. So I was like, okay, well, let me add a little extra protection since I'm running into some giants. So this is kind of the progression and thought process of me making this deck. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, you know, if I want to make this deck a lot cheaper, which the freeze deck variant is, I believe it's like a 3.3. You know, I went ahead and I was like, what counters Elite Barbarians is using barbs. So this is kind of like an older deck, but this is also kind of like my own variant. So the barbarians are just absolutely crushing the opponent. So let me go on ahead and break this down, and I'm going to get in some live gameplay right after I go through these two replays, and I might throw in a little something. We'll test it out maybe in the grand challenge at the end. So this might be a little bit of a long video. So buckle up, you're in for a ride. So let's go. All right, first up, we're playing against some Chinese guy. So, guys, I just wanted to let you guys walk through my thought process of kind of how I was building these decks, and you know, this was kind of how it is to counter. I do like playing with Elite Barbarians, but the thing is that everybody is playing them right now. So, you know, that doesn't mean that I'm done with Elite Barbarians. That doesn't mean that I will frown against you using Elite Barbarians. And there's different variants that you can also use to counter. So here he has a Night Push. I guess maybe he doesn't, oh yeah, he does have an Ice Golem, but he was just using that as an extra layer of being able to push. But this guy's complete win condition was using the Elite Barbarians. And like I said before, the Elite Barbarians to me are more of a defensive mechanism. If played correctly, yes, you can use them and drop them on the bridge and take somebody's tower and catch them off guard. But it's just not a good strategy, and it's just, in my opinion, is just really not. So he went ahead and set up the push here. I thought I was up in Elixir, and I went ahead and did the pig push there. Even though he put it on the right side of on the same side of the tower, I was still able to go on ahead and do that. So I went ahead and zapped that away, and I'm going to drop the minions on his archers just to take care of the troops that are actually going to do the damage. And not really worry about the Ice Golem. So, you know, you never want to worry about the Ice Golem. So he's going to drop. This guy's just being super aggressive. So I went ahead and put the Musketeer in the back, and then I was trying to drop the barbs on the Elite Barbarians, but I kind of messed that up. So we have a decent push over here on the right-hand side. He is going to have to respond. And so, guys, I mean, I haven't even, the only time that I've pushed is the one time with the hog, and I've done, you know, I've taken a lot more damage than he was able to. So this guy, you know, I guess your aggression comes from either, you know, being on tilt, or, you know, or you've just had some success just with this push style before. But, I mean, I'm sitting here just chilling, playing defense. We got Cannon for defense. We got the Ice Golem, and we have the Barbarians, plus the Musketeer. So we have a lot of defense to play here. I have not played any of the Lava Hounds yet. So if you guys are asking me, does it counter Lava Hound? I have no idea. I'm probably sure I could play this deck pretty decently against the Lava Hound. But this is mainly against countering things that I'm seeing in every single deck. Yesterday, I kind of got on. I pushed into the top 100 and then tilted. But I hadn't played last season, so I'm trying to still get caught up on kind of what was going on and everything else. So yet again, I have not got my placement down on Barbarians where I'm surrounding, but that time he kind of broke it up. But it doesn't matter. Look how much health there left on my Barbarians. Guys, this looks easy because it was easy, because these are the decks that I'm facing, and that's why I made this deck. So that's what you want to do if you want to have success in this game, and you just need to adapt and learn how to play. And not to mention, if you like using Elite Barbarians, this is not like the video that's going to shut down and make everybody stop playing Elite Barbarians. It's not true. They're still really, really strong, and they're still going to be highly, highly used. So yeah, not by any means. It just the thing is if I'm having something that work like the previous season where I hit top 30, I think it was, whatever it was. I was using Elite Barbarians with the freeze combo because nobody was using it. Now look at this. It's like seasons have changed and now everybody's using the freeze combination because guess what? It does work. But the thing is like you need to figure out when everybody starts using something, figure out a way to counter. And that's where you actually end up winning on. So you don't have to use my deck. You can maybe make your own variation. Maybe you can even have a different win condition. So... I said wow right there because I saw a witch. Like I never see a level 13 or anybody using a witch, but I guess it kind of counters has splash damage and it counters Elite Barbarians pretty well if you can get enough out. So later we're gonna find out that he does have a golem, but we're sitting back and still chilling, just playing some solid defense. And yeah, so I was just a little amazed right here that what the deck that he was playing and what he was running. So we're still up in every single one of these matches here. Going to go on ahead and drop the Musketeer in the back. It's kind of the move to do. And you really don't want to put your Musketeer next to your Barbarians unless unless it's just an absolute have to, or you got a big push coming in, you got a fireball. It's just you just got to have awareness there that you're going to give somebody a lot of value if you end up putting those together. So a lot of time I like to actually put my Musketeer on the opposite side, or just kind of space them out like we saw on that last game replay. So yeah, so that was going on right there. So we're going to go on ahead and drop the Ice Golem here. It's going to soak up and absorb all of those little Larrys. He's going to go on ahead and we're going to eat a little bit of damage, but it's not a lot. And you know what, guys, I've said this before. So he went ahead and wasted his fireball right there. He even knowing that I have barbs. So he could have played this slightly little bit smarter and was able to do that, but our hog is actually tanking and we're able to take down the elixir. Really wanted to take down that elixir pump, and I definitely felt that was worth it right there. If I could have that cannon back, I probably placed it one tile over to the left and placed it more to my left king tower. I went ahead and put the barbs here just to kind of soak and absorb, put the ice golem here to kind of slow everything down, putting the cannon down. We're just doing everything we need to do to just distract so we can beat down and win. So able to take that down right there, and as you can see, that was a relatively easy win, and the only real damage that I took right there was the witch. So let's go on ahead and we're gonna get in some live games. Alright, now we have Stone Light from the Synergy Stone. Alright, first up we're gonna put the cannon. Okay, that was a bad golem on my part. I thought he was slowing down, but you know what? I put the golem down before he was even able to do that. Going to drop some barbarians perfectly on top of his elite barbarians. We're going ahead and take the musketeer over in the right lane since we have an ice golem. Okay, kind of a push developing over there. I didn't want to take any damage, but I did put down an ice spirit. I wish I would have not used my ice spirit right there, but we had the double ice golem. We're coming in hot, and we're going to try to zap that. Oh, really? Alright, so well played on his part. Skarmy was able to do some damage. Our ice golem went to town over there, man. We got almost 400 damage there. So waiting for his push. I'm not sure where we're at in elixir, but I'm going to go ahead and send a hog. And they get a hog down. Not able to get a hit down, but we're going to drop these barbs here. We're going to get some of that elixir back. He spent 6 over there. He's going to go on ahead and drop his cannon. This is a very common deck that we're seeing. Hog Elite Barbarians. Though the Ice Spirit is going to counter that last little bit of the hog. Don't want him taking any hits here. I know that we're up in elixir right now. Not really counting, but we're going to go ahead and put the minions in the back. Ice Golem. Now we got the hog coming down. I normally like to put my hog in one tile over to the right, but we're actually going to get a few hits anyway here with the hog. We got 1, 2, almost 3 hits in. Minions are going to do some nice work. I really don't want to counter here with the barbs, but I'm going to have to. Alright, so barbs are marching down. I kind of committed the cardinal sin right here, but I hadn't seen his fireball, and he dropped the 3 musketeers. Oh joy. I'm going to go ahead and put the minions down over here. We're just going to mainly worry about the right hand side, since that's where all the weight is. So I was able to distract over here. Going to drop the barbs over here on his remaining musketeers. This is a deck that's being used too that I saw earlier that I hadn't really seen. I've seen it a few times. We're going to distract over here with the ice golem. Going ahead and put the cannon down. That's fine because I still have ice spirit and barbarians to distract and go after. Going ahead and put my hog down, my everything else. Get my zap ready. You're going to get a good zap in there. 1 hit, maybe almost 2. We got 2 hits. Nice, nice, nice. Musketeer goes down. Ice Golem's going to distract. Now, we don't have to use barbs every single time we see them, but we are going to go ahead and put this down over here. Put the Ice Spirit over here on the hog. And, yeah, so I feel like we'll definitely still have this guy in Elixir. I'm going to go on ahead and, we don't have any Fireball. We don't have any of that. We're going to go on ahead and zap. Oh, I was trying to zap the Musketeers. All right. Good game. Alright, next up, we have another Chinese guy from a Chinese clan with a heart in it. Very cool. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off our pig push right off the bat. I had my zap ready just in case he had Scar Me. It's pretty much a standard that I do now since everybody, like, you know, bait nesters still have a ton of popularity. You know, obviously somebody he just spent a zap right there. That is not a good zap. He just spent 8 elixir against my 5, and I was able to take down some damage. So, you know what? We're in good position right now. He's going to go ahead and put his archers in the back. We're going to put my musketeer in the back, and we're going to see what happens. All right, so Giant is coming down. Going ahead and put the cannon there nicely. We got our minions still. And that's kind of the reason why I kept the minions still in the deck, is just for the graveyard sole purpose. But now we have a decent push coming on here on the counter if I wanted to, but we're going to go ahead and push that same lane that we had the damage on. Oh man, I thought that was going to be super juicy. If the Ice Spirit could have went on there and retargeted, that would have been a tower for sure. But that's okay. We have this guy in Elixir. Elite Barbarians are going to go down. And look at that, guys. We still have almost 2... We have 1.75 barbarians left going on his tower. Is he going to respond? 1, 2. Look, are we going to get third? 3! All right. So we take down the tower. I guess he just decides to go on ahead and get his setup going again. Not going to really worry about that left tower since we got a little damage, and we're going to worry about our counter push over here on the right-hand side. Put our ice golem down over here, and yet I didn't want to put my cannon on the left side, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Hopefully he does not fireball my musketeer right here with the minions, or kind of just cleaning up shop. It looks like he is broke, because if he wasn't broke, he would have spent that a hot minute ago. We're going to go ahead and get the ice golem in front of the hog. That's why I put the hog down a little bit on the tower just so he could go on ahead and get that. The elite barbarians are going to get the frost damage going on here. Going to go ahead and drop the barbs. Man, I'm having trouble getting the barbs centered around the elite barbarians. They're just so fast, guys. Alright, so Hog's going to break through the pack. We're still going to get some decent damage going on here. Going to go ahead and put my cannon down. Put the ice golem in the back for the graveyard. And put the barbs on the elite barbarians. We now have our backup as far as our musketeers going to clean up the giant right here. And now the minions are going to take care of that graveyard. Going to give him the good game. But guys, listen. This is really, really easy. No, I'm not being a jerk or defensive, but wow, this deck is really good. Alright guys, I was at 103 or 104 before I made this the ending of this video, but hey, you know what? It's all good. Don't really care right now. I'm not going super try hard and just grinding non-stop. But you know what? These were some really smooth and easy wins. I really highly enjoyed playing this deck, and it wasn't as stressful as I don't know if I have it saved. It's not as stressful as gameplay as this deck is, but this deck is a lot of fun. I really love this deck. It's just all over the place. It's super hyper intensive. And it's just cycle. It's a lot of fun, and it's right up the alley of what I enjoyed. And I typically have not enjoyed barbarians in the past, but you know what? When you're getting positive elixir trades, like when someone's dropping 8 versus 5 and you're winning, then you know what? I don't mind playing them, and I'm using them solely as a defensive purposes. Have not had a chance to use them defensively, but I'm gonna throw it in. I'm gonna try out one game in the Grand Challenge. I'm just gonna throw that in after this, so if you guys want to stick around for that, go on ahead and do it. If not, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out, guys. Alright guys, we are into some bonus content, and we got some music. We're rocking out. We're just going to have a blast here. Just going to go on ahead and over this one. This was just the first game I hit and clicked on it, and I thought this was absolutely excellent. I wasn't going to do an extra video, and you know, I don't know. But he goes on ahead and puts down a pump here, so I go on ahead and pig push right here, and then he's got the, I don't want to attack typically with the barbarians, but that was all I had in my hand, so I went ahead and put them in front. If I could have got them tanking a little bit, he did a really nice job of putting down the ice golem, so yeah, that was really nice on his part. I did make a little slip up right here. I was trying to put the ice golem down just to maybe tank for like one little hit, but that's okay. I knew that I totally had him in elixir. Puts down a golem here, and guys, this is why I put this into the video, is because it's against a golem. You're gonna face this deck a lot. I think somebody made a video on this, and it's just became all the rage. So we're gonna go ahead and put the set up the cannon here, minions in the back, and I'm gonna drop down the barbarians right onto the elite barbarians. Guys, I'm really getting tired of saying elite barbarians. I watched the orange juice video the other day, and it was just like, I swear, you could probably play like a drinking game, and I don't know, it was bad. Like, it was just like elite barbarians. It was just like EBs. Can we just start calling them EBs? All right. So he went ahead and pumped right here. Thanks. So we went ahead and put down our hog, and we pig pushed right here, and gonna zap to get an extra hit in just to make sure. Don't have a fireball, so I kind of have to get everything I can, and knowing the deck that he had, I knew that I was okay to zap. He didn't have Skarmy unless he had some weird variation. I'm just gonna let that musketeer kind of ride on and strut her stuff on down the line right there. Then he's gonna drop a golem, tanks that so he doesn't want to lose or take any hits there. So put the ice golem in the back. I don't really want to put down my cannon immediately because it is pretty tender. So his elite barbarian's gonna run down the side right there, so I'm just gonna get a perfect drop on the barbarians. They're kind of locked on. I tried to put the minions onto the musketeer, but the golem was just a little too close, but that's okay. We put down our ice golem right here again, just kind of putting everything down we have to. We'll do whatever we do to win. So just zap that bad boy away. Just one hog push here. I'm very certain that I was going to take the tower, and that was okay. Time's ticking away. That golem is just really not going to have enough time to get down there, and that was GG. Guys, that was really easy. Didn't take too much damage. I mean, yeah, I took 1,000 damage, but I mean, it didn't ever even felt like I really got hit. So yeah, I would have just dropped the barbs right there. The Mega Minion would have dropped on. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it.